Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Casket King here, and I'm here with my friend, the historian, the dude who chronicles my life and other things.
Hello, Casket. How are you doing?
Could be better. Could be better.
I hear that you have a migraine.
I do. I do have a migraine.
Is it still going on?
Yep.
Have you smoked tonight?
I'm doing that right now.
do you think it's do you think it has helped with the migraine or has it exacerbated it? Has it made it worse?
Oh, it's definitely helping.
What do you think about your smoking? How often does it happen that you're smoking your cart and the cart or the pen gets clogged?
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Doesn't it happen with like every freaking cart?
Just about. When they start getting empty, they start getting clogged.
Why the heck are carts and pens designed like this where they get clogged? Is
I don't
it
know.
is the machine designing the carts and pens like this so that you have to buy a cart or pen sooner again because it runs out so quickly because it's the wax starts coming out the freaking mouthpiece.
That's true. That is true.
Are they doing this on purpose, do you think? Or was it just a side effect that they didn't expect, but they said, hey, whatever, it serves our purpose even better. We just keep getting more money.
I think they didn't do any human testing on these things. If they had, they'd see, oh, these clog up. What can we do about it?
Sometimes when I buy cards or pens, the worker in the tobacco store will say something like, "Oh, these ones are really good. I haven't heard any complaints about them clogging up." So it's like they freaking know. But they just take who? What do they care? They know you're going to come back and buy them. I
Yeah.
remember one time you told me that when that happens, you you collect the wax and you put it in something and eat it.
Yeah, you just like roll it in like a little taffy ball and swallow it.
Does it make you very high or what? What's the high like of swallowing the wax?
I mean, it gives you a little high, you know.
Do you remember your first high?
Oh yeah, I do.
What was it like?
I was going through fucking outer space on a motorcycle, and I was destined to see the stars.
Was it the best high you've ever had?
Oh no, I've that's some pretty good fucking highs.
What's the best or the most high you've ever been?
All the ones where you just leave your fucking body, man.
Is the best high equal to the most high, or is the most high and the best high a different thing?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe.
What is the topic of tonight's discussion, King?
Hookers and booze.
It's what?
Hookers and booze.
No, it's not. You know what it is. What is it?
It's soda.
Soda. We are talking about soda, also known as pop, also known as soda pop, also known in Casket's Kingdom, the Southern America, the Southern United States, I should say, as Coke.
You know what would be
Now,
funny?
what?
If we gave an Amish person a Coke.
I bet a lot of Amish people have had Coke though. Because the Amish people, they really go out in public nowadays. They go out. They're not the Amish people of 100 years ago, or even 50 years ago. I think the Amish are more connected than ever.
All right, let's find an indigenous tribe somewhere that's never had contact with them coke.
What do you think? What do you think would affect them? What do you think an indigenous tribe that had never had contact with the outside world would like more, Coke or Pepsi?
I'm gonna say coke.
Do you prefer Coke to Pepsi?
Uh, I prefer coke, but there's a lot of Pepsi products I enjoy.
Now, in the South, and I've discussed this in private with you before, but in the South, a lot of times any cola will be called a Coke. And in fact, any soda kind of can be called a Coke. Would you call Pepsi Coke? Would you say, oh, I want a Coke, and you're thinking of Pepsi, or you're thinking of Dr. Pepper,
I
or
mean,
you're
I
thinking of,
have.
right. See, for most of America and probably most of the English speaking world, that's not true. But because you're Texan slash Floridian, you have this special linguistic trait of calling dark sodas Coke. Would you ever call Sprite Coke?
Nah.
And this kind of gets into things. What do you think about Sprite?
I prefer 7 Up.
Oh, why? Why do you say you prefer 7 Up? Is there
I just prefer the taste of 7 Up.
What about nowadays? I think I haven't looked this up, but I think Sprite doesn't exist anymore. I think it's like called Starry now.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Sprite still exists.
What is Starry then? Haven't you seen this Starry thing?
No, I've never heard of it.
Wait, I guess I got to look it up. See, I heard that like Sprite lost their trademark or something. Okay, wait, I'm just looking at Wikipedia. Oh, Starry, this is from Wikipedia. Starry is a lemon lime soft drink distributed by Pepsi Cola. Distribution began in January 2023, so it's a very new drink. The brand is aimed at competing against Sprite and 7 Up. Oh, here's what it is. In January 2023, Starry replaced Sierra Mist as Pepsi's lemon lime flavored drink, in part because Sierra Mist failed to gain market share in the growing category. Starry contains no caffeine and as of 2023 is available in regular and zero sugar varieties. So, Starry replaced Sierra Mist. I guess that means Sierra Mist is a discontinued lemon lime flavored soda drink line.
Yeah.
As its Wikipedia says, what do you think about the fact that Sierra Mist is discontinued?
Well, I think it really sucks, but I hardly ever drank it, so.
Did you know Sierra Mist was discontinued?
No, I didn't.
When do you think Sierra Mist came out?
What, the 90s, maybe the 80s?
Believe it or not, it was introduced in 1999, and it was not even available in all U.S. markets until 2003.
Really?
Wow. So this is a pretty late drink, although most Americans, I think, would know Sierra Mist. From the Wikipedia page, the name is a play on Mountain Dew. Sierra is the Spanish word for mountain range, and both mist and dew are composed of water droplets. So apparently, Sierra Mist was kind of a Mountain Dew knockoff. At least the name. Any Any words on the late Sierra Mist? Will it be missed?
I'm sure it's got its diehard fans that are pretty pissed off.
Will you try Starry, which replaced it?
Yeah, I give it a try.
What do you prefer, light or dark sodas?
I prefer light, but sometimes, I just crave a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Really, you prefer light over dark? Because I would have thought you preferred Coca-Cola as your favorite soda.
My favorite soda is orange soda.
Wow, that's pretty true. Do you remember when McDonald's used to have High C orange?
Yeah.
What did you think when they freaking removed that? Wasn't that probably the dumbest decision McDonald's has ever made?
Who knows, man?
I mean, do you know, does McDonald's have an orange soda today?
No, I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either. Why does orange soda get so little respect compared to the light sodas or the colas?
I don't know.
How come grape soda doesn't get respect? Why do the two fruit sort of sodas, orange and grape, that are not like the they're not like the light sodas or the dark colas, they're some of the best sodas, but they get no respect.
That's true, man.
What orange soda do you prefer?
I don't really have a preferred brand. And honestly,
What are the
I'd love to try them all.
what are the major brands? There's Crush,
There's Sunkist,
Sunkist.
store
I feel like
brand.
I feel like Crush and Sunkist are the two major things. If I had a can of Crush and a can of Sunkist in front of you, which of the two do you think you'd choose?
I'd probably go for the Crush.
I think you're probably right. You know, I feel like Crush Grape is like the best.
It
What do you
is
feel
pretty
about
damn good.
right? What about ginger ale?
You know what? I didn't have any until recently, and I think it's all right.
Really, you didn't try ginger ale until this late in life?
Yeah,
Why? You just assumed, oh, I'm not going to like
just
that.
had no interest in it.
What did you feel like when you finally tasted it?
I thought, you know what? This is all right. I can drink this.
How would you describe ginger ale?
God, I don't know. It's
I
like a
would say
it's
it's
like a
got a,
soda, but it's like a plant.
I would say it has a bite to it. Like it has maybe not an after flavor, but it just there's like an intensity to it, and you drink it, and then a second later there's that crisp ginger ale taste. How does ginger ale compare to root beer?
Uh, I like root beer, especially like Berg's root beer.
That really gets into it. There are so many root beers.
And
Berg's
everyone's
Mug.
very particular about the root beer they drink.
The root beers are pretty different. Is Berg's the one with the like bulldog on it, or is
No,
that
that's
Mug?
Mugs. Berg's is the one in the silver can.
Right, it's silver. There's Berg's, there's Mugs. Can you think of another root beer?
Not really. A&W.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Berg's, Mugs, A&W. How do you rate them?
Berg's number one. I would say A&W number two. And third is,
Mugs.
yeah, Mugs.
Have you been to an A&W restaurant?
I have.
Have you had A&W root beer from the restaurant?
Oh, if you're going there, you gotta have the root beer.
How was the root beer from A&W restaurant?
It was nice and fresh.
What was the soda you ordered at the dirtiest restaurant you ever went to?
God, it was either a regular Coke or a root beer. I can't remember which.
I feel like it was a Coke, but would you call a Coke? Would you call root beer a Coke?
Not really. I'd say get a root beer.
So if you say Coke, you're expecting Coca-Cola or Pepsi or maybe Mr. Pibb or something like that, not a
No,
root beer.
I would for Mr. Pibb, I'd be like, yeah, give me a Dr. Pepper or whatever, a
That's
Doctor
true.
or a Mister or
We do have to get into the Dr. Pepper, but in completing the root beer,
I love Dr. Pepper. I love fake Dr. Pepper as well.
one thing I've heard about the knockoff Dr. Pepper, the store brand Dr. Peppers, is that apparently they can completely that the off-brand Dr. Peppers are the most accurate off-brand sodas. Do you agree in this?
You know what? I would agree with that because I've had some pretty good off-brand root beer, Dr. Pepper.
Oh, you said root beer at first. What about off-brand root beer? Is off-brand root beer good?
I'm not a big fan.
What's the worst off-brand?
I don't know. I haven't had very many bad off-brands.
I feel like though, if you're gonna get Coke, why get an off-brand Coke? Like, I feel like probably off-brand Coke is the worst off-brand and the least likely to taste like what you want from the real brand.
Well, it depends on the brand of off-brand Coke. Some of them ain't bad. Like Sam's Club, that stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, like the Sam's, like in Walmart, it's always like Sam's, whatever they say, Sam's Coke or something. Their off
Sam's
brand is always
Club.
like Sam. What about, okay, you mentioned Dr. Pepper. Is Dr. Pepper your favorite overall then?
It's definitely in my top three.
Yeah, I guess orange is your favorite, but Dr. Pepper, with Dr. Pepper, it's sort of like there's Dr. Pepper and then there's off brands. There's not other drinks that are like Dr. Pepper
That is true.
because it's either, I think that the closest thing to Dr. Pepper is Mr. Pibb, which is just an off brand of Dr. Pepper and trying to be like Dr. Pepper. And then there's, the store brands, not even Mr. Pibb's, whatever the store chooses to call them. Dr. Pepper versus Coke. What are you choosing?
Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yeah.
Pepsi versus root beer. What are you choosing?
Maybe root beer.
Rank 1 to 5, maybe more, but 1 to 5. your favorite soft drinks.
Okay, number one, definitely orange soda. Number two, for sure, is 7 Up.
Wow.
Three, Burke's Root Beer.
Wow.
Number four is grape soda.
Wow. We have to wait a long time to get to cola on this list.
Have you ever had peach cola?
I don't think I have.
You can find it at Walmart. It's part of the Sam's Club. Sometimes Crush will have it too, but it's actually really good.
You're going to put peach soda as number,
Number
was it
five.
4? So cola doesn't even come on this list of the top 5.
Well, there's so many good flavors. It's like, why have regular cola when I can have some sort of apple or exotic fruit?
Have you ever had apple? Because I have had apple soda.
I
Have you had
have, and
apple?
I enjoyed it.
I did too, but it wasn't crazy. I wouldn't go for it typically. Where, if you had to extend that list to 6, what would be number 6?
Ah, man, number six. Cream soda.
So still, that's a good one too. We didn't even discuss cream soda, but still, we haven't got to a cola. I'm shocked. I actually thought Coca-Cola was your favorite, but
Nah.
now I see how low down on the list it is. How do you rank cream soda versus root beer? You see root beer is much better.
It depends on what I'm in the mood for, really.
How do you rank, or how do you consider root beer versus cream
Sometimes Dr.
soda?
Pepper has these, like, they're cream soda, but they're also strawberry.
Yes, I think I have had those before.
They're pretty good.
Why do you think soda brands, for the most part, are so unimaginative or so uninventive, or they stick to the safety sodas that they know are going to sell?
Oh,
Don't you
man.
think soda should be much broader, and that
I,
they
I
should?
I agree with you on that. I need to go do something real quick. If you would entertain the people, I'm going to leave the recording going.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh! Okay.
I've been offered a second burrito, and I'm going to take it. We're going to turn this video into a mukbang.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'll be back.
Casket in his extreme migraine pain has agreed to get a second burrito. I didn't even know about the first burrito. Yesterday, Casket did a live stream that he told me was 20 minutes. I believe it was longer, in which he discussed his life situation. And I wish I had heard it. I didn't see it. And I told Casket, you need to upload this video. Casket said it was only 20 minutes. I'm not going to upload that. And I said, Casket, you must have gotten 15 times the viewers on YouTube who watched your video announcing that you were going to make a live stream than the people who actually saw the live stream. And you need to be playing towards your YouTube followers rather than your Twitch followers. Casket disagrees, and I don't think he's going. I don't know if he has that video. Previously, we had made what must have been an hour and a half long video aimed at Wendy's, which is Casket's favorite fast food restaurant. Casket said he will not upload the video as is because at one point he forgot that he was recording himself and he said that he did something that he doesn't want the camera to see, that he didn't want the camera to see, so he won't upload it. I told him, Casket, edit out this moment to a black screen and upload it because the video is so good. But Casket is not one to edit his videos, so I'm not sure what will happen. Once Casket gets back, I have questions now to ask him about his living situation, as it has changed greatly, I feel, in the last few days. Major updates to the Casket world. If fans have not seen the live stream that was not uploaded, is that Casket and Krusty of CNC podcast fame are estranged, and Krusty is not currently talking to Casket, and Casket is very sad and just doesn't have his friend to talk to, who apparently Krusty talks to him every day. Now Casket does not have that. So we are hoping Krusty rejoins the Casket verse as soon as possible. The Casket verse is pretty bopping right now, as you can hear just from the background. The Casket universe has probably never been so busy that I can think of, at least not for a few years, when he made the classic Casket video, Get a Job and a Life Lesson, in which Casket was seemingly had a resurgence on YouTube. I am trying to bring back Casket's YouTube career. He is not focusing as much on YouTube as on Twitch, and I'm trying to change that. Casket, do I hear you in the background?
Back.
Explain the burritos.
Okay. Hold on. My heart is pounding and it's killing my headache.
Take your time. I'm not going to say anything. I want the audience to hear your return.
Oh, God. Oh, the soda's so nice and cold on my forehead.
Is soda on your forehead? Do you have a can?
Yeah.
What do you have a can of?
It's Diet Pepsi.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this must be like number 15 on your list. Not only is it a Pepsi, but it's diet. We didn't even discuss diet. Just wait. I want to just let you relax right now. Put the Diet Pepsi on your forehead.
Ugh. So I've got a burrito here.
Where did these burritos come from?
They're homemade.
Now, I must have called you this call has been going on for 43 minutes. So, before this call, you were eating a burrito, I take it.
Yes.
This must be a relatively old burrito at this point, then.
No, this is a fresh burrito.
Wow. Describe it.
It's chicken fajita.
Oh, wow. Are you on camera then? Can the audience see you eating the burrito?
I'm showing the burrito. It's quite big.
How many inches?
I don't know. It's about as thick as my forearm.
Do you think it's 10 inches long?
It's close to it, I think. I'm gonna take a bite.
Is it better than the first?
I'd say it's just as good.
Wow. It has beaten the law of diminishing returns. It's just as good. Are there sides, or is it just the burrito?
It's just the burrito.
Do you remember what I was eating before the call started?
I do not.
You don't try to think of what I was eating. I should
Was
say
it
before the video.
was it a hamburger?
No, absolutely not. I said, have you ever eaten this? And you said no, and that you had no interest.
Oh, not anchovies, fucking sardines.
Right. It was sardines with what?
Mustard?
Sardines with mustard. And Casket eating his chicken fajita. Not seeing you, because I can't see a video of you. How much of this chicken fajita have you eaten? I'm going to guess half.
Over half.
Over
It's
half?
almost gone.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Casket. Have you opened the Diet Pepsi?
Not yet.
Wow. Wow. Would you eat a sardine and mustard fajita?
No, I don't think I would.
What would you rather eat if you had the option? Mackerel with jalapenos or sardine with mustard?
I don't know, maybe the mackerel. Cracking open
Wow.
the Diet Pepsi.
You gotta describe the flavor that it's a soda stream.
Excuse me.
You know what? I think the Wendy's video was much better. I think this is a shitty This is a shitty Evan Casket video. It's almost embarrassing. It starts with pop. It starts with soda. We have almost nothing to say about it, and then it turns into a mukbang. I don't think Casket has ever done a mukbang before on YouTube. Has he?
Well, I probably didn't call it a mukbang, but I know I've definitely eaten on camera.
On YouTube though,
Yeah.
like maybe during your 24-hour stream, but I can't think of a Casket YouTube video where eating on camera happens.
We did a lot of fat guy food challenges in the beginning.
Yeah, but Fat Guy Food Challenges were so not. I can't even think of what you would eat during a Fat Guy Food Challenge. What's a Fat Guy Food Challenge that you remember?
The jar of mayonnaise, the Jello.
Would you consider the vodka challenge a Fat Guy Food Challenge?
Yeah, I think so.
Are
I got
any
taken
of
down.
Are any of your alcohol challenges still up?
Nah, that was the only one. It's gone.
No, there was another alcohol challenge, wasn't there?
I don't think so.
It was just the vodka challenge.
I'm pretty sure.
What did you think when they took it down? Just say fuck them.
I was pretty annoyed.
Is that the only video that's been taken down?
Nah, there's been a couple.
What are these lost casket videos? I know videos that you've taken down. For instance, I think the most coveted video in the casket oeuvre is losing weight and getting healthy eating heart healthy Cheerios, which I remember you told me that Your mom wanted you to take it down, and you did. Was it because she felt it was demeaning?
I guess.
But now, I think that was the first appearance of Shirtless Casket King.
It may have been.
I think it was. And now, are you shirtless right now?
I am.
Now you go shirtless all the time. I think if you uploaded that Cheerios video now, it would be not that big of a deal. What do you think?
I don't know.
Why did you make the transition from shirtless as never kosher to I'm going to always be shirtless?
It's too fucking hot to wear a shirt. Let me tell you right now, it's 8 o'clock at night, it's 83 degrees out.
This brings up the classic casket videos. Every year they used to be posted in the summer. We would get a video called It's Like Too Hot Out, where you'd be in your bed and you'd say, oh, it's effing hot. The AC doesn't work. It's so hot. And then in the winter, we would get videos like It's Too Cold. And you say, oh, you'd be under the covers. You say, oh, it's too cold. What happened to these videos? These were like yearly things. Could
They
you still
were.
make? Why did you say, oh, I'm not going to make these anymore? Do you not see the value in those type of video anymore?
I don't know, I've just kind of lost my passion for YouTube at the moment.
Why don't you see the value in making a video that's just on the topic of it's too hot? Where you start the video and you say, oh, it's 8 o'clock, it's 81 degrees out or whatever. It's too effing hot for a shirt. Why can't that be a video anymore? Why can't we have a 2-minute update from Casket saying something stupid like it's too hot? This is what I think the fans really want. If they saw a new video called It's Too Hot, I think the fans would say, this is classic Casket King. This is what I wanted all along. Don't you think, King?
Yeah.
What's your proudest video? If you had to save one video, what do you think it is?
Probably my breaded video.
But you've always said you hated the breaded video and you didn't understand why people liked it.
That is true, but I'd still save it.
But aren't you like a Hollywood person, choosing what's most popular over choosing what's the best? I mean, I've always said, now if you choose, consider this, the Casket YouTube channel goes away and all of the videos are deleted. You get to save one video. You're really going to save breaded over everything else?
Yeah, I guess so.
You used to tell me that if you could only save one video, it would have been a CNC podcast. Does that not ring true anymore?
I don't know.
What is my favorite Casket video? Do you know?
Your favorite video is my favorite video.
What is that? It's not the breaded.
It's making my own Christmas.
No, not at all.
Really?
Is making my own Christmas the one with Buzz?
No, that's the one where I'm on the toilet in the horse mask.
Oh, I hardly even remember that. I remember, yeah, I'll have to look at that. I do remember there were a few videos of you in a horse mask. But no, I know you're going to know it as soon as I say it. My favorite video is the dirtiest restaurant I've ever been to.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, wouldn't you, isn't that the best casket video?
Oh,
Describe the cough.
describe what?
Describe the cough.
Very painful.
Are the coughs painful?
Casket's not feeling too well.
Wow, you know who used to talk about himself in the third person? A famous American president.
Really?
Guess what famous American president used to talk about himself in the third person?
I don't know. Was it Teddy Roosevelt?
It was Richard Milhouse Nixon. He said, pretty soon you won't have old Nixon to kick around anymore. But he always used to refer to himself as Nixon. And now Casket is taking up the Nixon lead. What are your thoughts on President Nixon, Casket?
I know he's before my time, I think.
What about President Clinton?
Well, the guy definitely knew how to party.
Do you remember when there was the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal? Do you remember that as it was happening, or were
No,
you too
I don't,
young?
because I was too young to understand it.
What did you think of George Bush after like 9/11 and how he responded to 9/11?
I don't know. Like, I thought he responded appropriately, I guess.
Now, you used to say, and I believe in your 9/11 video, you say, like, you will not tolerate anyone who has conspiracy theories about 9/11. How do you feel about that today?
I don't know, man. Anything can happen.
Who do you think will win the next presidential election?
Honestly, I have no fucking clue.
If I give you $1,000 and say you got to bet on a candidate, Trump or Harris, who are you putting the money on?
I would say like 80% Trump.
Wow. Cassie, I think you're going to lose your money. I think he will not win. I
Well,
think when Biden was the candidate, it was obvious Trump was going to win, but I think the tide has turned for old Trump, and his time in the office is behind him.
well, hopefully.
Have you? I think I know the answer to this, but have you ever voted before?
No, I've never voted.
Will you ever vote?
Probably not.
Why?
It's just not worth the jury duty. Like, my vote doesn't fucking matter. It all goes to the Electoral College.
Does democracy exist in America?
I think so.
But if you think so, doesn't that undermine what you just said about your vote not mattering?
Oh my god, my head.
What about club soda?
I don't think I've ever had club soda.
What do you think about this sparkling water thing?
Not a fan.
What about bottled water in general?
Yeah, it's alright.
Is it no different than tap water, and they're just making money off of us, overcharging for tap water?
I don't know what it's made of, but it's definitely overpriced.
What is a product today that is not overpriced?
Arizona iced tea.
Wow, that might be true.
It's always been
Also,
99 cents.
have you ever had a Costco hot dog?
No, I haven't. I would love to try one.
The Costco hot dog's still at $1.50. It used to be that you could go to the Costco food court without the membership. So you could get the hot dog without even buying the membership. Now I don't think that's the rule. So I don't know if you will ever be able to taste the Costco hot dog. Do you think you're missing out?
Maybe.
Would you ever wear a diaper?
Only if I had to.
Would you ever wear a diaper just out of convenience? Like, I don't want to leave the bed. I'm just going to go pee in it.
No.
Would you ever pee in a bottle when you're in your bed? Just
I
for
have,
convenience?
but I had reasons.
What are the reasons?
It's because I had thrown out my back and I literally could not get up.
When was this?
Oh, it was years ago.
Yeah, but when? Give me a rough guess.
I don't know. Maybe about 7, 8 years ago.
So this is after you've moved into your current home.
Yeah.
How did you throw out your back?
Probably trying to lift something.
Kaz, what the F are you lifting?
I don't know.
What was the worst you ever threw out your back?
God, I threw out my back once and I had to go to it wasn't the DMV, it was like the IRS place or something for my disability. And I had just pulled my back like the day before. So I had to sit in the waiting room with a pulled back. I'm sitting there in fucking agony.
Do you think it helped them to be at the disability place and they say, wow, he's really disabled?
Yeah, they probably had one look at me and be like, wow, this guy's not well.
How did that meeting go?
I don't even remember because I was just in so much pain.
Do you think you were breathing really heavy and you were
I
just
might have been.
what about the time when they put the blue dye in your vein? Can you describe that? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No, I don't remember this.
Really, I remember you telling me that one time, maybe it was multiple times, you said, I think you have a video about this on YouTube even. I don't remember the name, but you said, I'm allergic to that blue dye or something.
Oh, contrast.
Oh, see, you didn't even name it. You didn't give it a name, but okay, tell that story.
Oh, one day I had to go in for a scan, so they pumped me full of contrast. And my kidneys just hurt so fucking bad. It's almost automatically. By the time I got home, I was just curled up on the couch for 4 days. Surprised I didn't shit myself.
Did you pee in a bottle in that time, or did you go to the bathroom?
Well, I don't think I pissed myself. I don't remember much. I was in so much pain. day and night just kind of blended together, and I just kind of laid there in the fetal position.
See, I think I remember you saying that was the worst pain you were ever in. Or maybe
It's
you said it was the
definitely,
second one.
it's definitely top three.
What are the top three pains Casket has ever been in?
I don't know. I can only think of just the one. I did hurt
How
my
does.
arm once pretty badly.
Oh.
I jumped up in the air and I all landed on my arm, like all my body weight landed on my arm.
How old are you when this happens?
I was like 11 or 12.
Why did you do it?
I was excited. I was hyper.
What do you think, looking back on those Rugrat videos that you did, that the audience was so upset with that you aborted the Rugrat videos?
Yeah, I was just thinking about those the other day.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, I wonder if I should pick that back up.
Now, describe to me the series and why you decided to cancel it in the middle of the series.
Well, I just, everybody was complaining. It's like, this isn't whatever, it's whatever. Fucking bullshit.
Describe the complaints because you just kind of glossed over them as whatever. What are they saying? Why are they complaining?
They're like, this isn't a review, this is a summary, and this and that.
What about your Castaway video?
I don't even remember that.
Really? Do you remember Castaway? Is that the name of the movie with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
You don't remember your Castaway review?
No, I don't.
I remember being in, I don't know, I guess I was probably in high school at this point. And I remember I was with my friend and we were watching the Castaway video and it was a brand new video. I mean, that's how long ago. I wish I knew the first. I think I know for a fact the first video of Casket I ever saw was Breaded because I saw it in a cringe compilation and I said I gotta find this channel. And it was kind of easy because I think all I had to type in was Breaded. Besides that, I wonder how early I got on the Casket train. I remember, in fact, if you upload this to YouTube, I don't know if he'll listen this long, but there is a very old, I think he's the oldest Casket fan in the Casket verse. His name is Chris something, if I remember correctly. He sort of has a cartoonish profile picture, and I sent you a image of his profile picture and his name, and I said, do you remember this guy? And you said, no, I don't remember this guy at all. I don't recognize him. I think he's your actual oldest fan. I know he's older than me. Well, maybe Krusty is actually your oldest fan. Although Krusty claims he's no longer a fan, he's in the friend category. So I'm going to say that this Chris guy, if that is his name, is your oldest fan, and he can be kind of critical to you, and I think that's why you might not remember him. How do you feel about your fans? How do you feel about the YouTube comments? Do you read them today? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I read them when they come in every now and then.
Do you think you read every comment? And do
I
you take what they say to
I
heart?
try to.
When you look at yourself, are you still primarily a YouTuber?
I don't know anymore.
What if I say, Casket, describe yourself in 3 words. What are 3 things that you are?
Fat piece of shit.
No, I want 3 words that are unique, that are not connected to each other. I don't want a 3-word sentence. I want 3 words that describe you.
Cowardly.
Oh my goodness, Casket.
Traitorous. A
What's the
bitch.
third? What is it? Sorry. Say the third one again, Casket.
A
I interrupted
bitch.
you. A bitch. That is something you need to talk to your therapist about, that, Casket. Although this is clearly in response to the crusty fallout that has happened that I briefed the crowd on when you were gone. Let me ask you this. What about your SpongeBob Minecraft video where you make SpongeBob in Minecraft?
I remember that.
Yes, you do remember that.
I do.
Did you? You okay? You said you remember it. Good. I think this is your second video, isn't it?
I believe it is.
What is your first video?
No, it's either second or third.
I think it's probably second, and maybe it is third. What is your first video title? I know you know it.
Episode 1, The Desperate YouTuber.
Right. How did you come up with that title?
I don't even remember. There's so much I don't remember.
Did you ever think you would reach the fame that you're at today?
I thought maybe one day.
And now you've reached the fame and you don't want to make the videos. Do you take YouTube in your fame too much for granted?
Oh, for sure.
Are you famous, and will you be remembered in 200 years?
Maybe. It would be nice.
What is your message to the people who are viewing your videos in 200 years?
Be kind to one another.
What if they had never tasted Dr. Pepper? How would you describe it to them?
God, Dr. Pepper is hard to describe.
You got to describe it. I need an answer. In 200 years, people won't know. Dr. Pepper will have been discontinued, just like Sierra Mist.
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. It's very sweet. And it just has its own taste. I don't know how to describe it.
I forget what the name of your lung issue is. What is it called again? It's not cystic
COPD.
COPD. What is living with COPD like, Casket?
Oh, it fucking sucks. It's like I'm missing half a lung.
For your YouTube subscribers that are in the dark, they don't know of Casket's ailments, if you had to describe your ailments to them, if they don't know anything about casket, what would you say? How would you describe the multiple ailments that afflict your day-to-day life?
Well, I've got COPD for one, cardiac arrhythmia, high blood pressure, arthritis. Yeah, what else do I have?
Are you diabetic at this point?
No.
Really? Because I remember a long time ago hearing, I don't remember where, but hearing that your doctor said if your numbers are the same next time you come, then you're diabetic. And I don't remember that the next time you came, there was any change. You made a video years ago at this point describing yourself as being pre-diabetic. Would you still say you're in the pre-diabetic stage?
Yes.
Okay, pre-diabetic then added on. Although I would like to see. I'm interested if you are still in the pre-diabetic stage or not. Also, there was, of course, the infamous sleep apnea testing done
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
that Casket did not finish. Can you describe the testing and why you decided not to finish the testing?
Well, they wanted me to come in a second time and sleep with the mask on all night. And I knew from trying to sleep with that thing on my face from the last time, I knew that just wasn't gonna happen. Because
What was the first time like?
it was
Describe
terrible. It was
the
like forcing lung air into your lungs and up your nose and shit. And you're trying to breathe on your own, but it's like forcing you to breathe. And it's all on your face, and I can't breathe like that.
So what is it? Do you go to like the hospital or do you go to like a different place?
It's a different place.
What was it like? Describe going in and being like onboarded onto being like placed into the sleep apnea test room.
Well, you come in, there's like a laboratory, and there's like all these bedrooms, and they're like cylinders, and you go in there, and 5 minutes later, they put a bunch of electrodes on you, and you go to sleep.
How long did it take you to get to sleep with the sleep apnea mask on?
They said I fell asleep, but I wasn't quite sure. I don't think I ever did.
What happened the next time they say, Casket, it's time for you to come back and take your second test?
I was pissed off. I'm like, look, I already did this once, and I was lucky enough not to piss myself. I ain't doing this again.
Why do you say you were lucky not to piss yourself?
Because at the time I was very stressed, and when I'm very stressed, I piss myself.
Do you think that you didn't want to go in for another test because you thought I might pee the bed if I take
Yeah, I
another
would,
test?
dude. I would be so fucking horrified if I pissed in their nice, clean, professional bed. I'm like, oh god, what have I done?
Do you think they have experienced people peeing in the bed before?
I don't know. I don't know.
So we have pre-diabetes. We're going to say sleep apnea, COPD. high blood pressure, heart arrhythmia, any other diagnoses?
Arthritis.
Arthritis. Describe the time you went into the doctor with arthritis and they wanted to like drill into your spine or something.
I said, fuck that. They're not putting a burning needle in my spine every month.
Yeah, but describe the meeting with the doctor. What was it like? What did he say?
Oh, God. Oh, my fucking head.
We have to add chronic headaches to this list. Chronic
Uh,
migraines.
no, this is very unusual.
Do you think it's stress related?
Maybe.
In the extreme pain of the headache, first describe the taste of root beer and then describe the meeting with the doctor in which they wanted to put things into your spine.
I mean, root beer tastes like you think it would taste.
How can you say that to someone who's never tasted root beer? They don't know what it tastes like.
Kind of like an earthy flavor.
For Dr. Pepper, you said it tasted really sweet. Wouldn't you say root beer is even sweeter than Dr. Pepper?
No, I don't think so.
Really? You place Dr. Pepper as sweeter than root beer?
Yeah.
I think you're way off there, Casket. But now get on to this meeting with the doctor.
So yeah, meeting the doctor. Which doctor am I meeting?
The one where they want to do something to your spine.
Oh yeah. They wanted to put a burning hot needle in my spine to kill the nerves to see if that would keep me from hurting.
Now, if I remember the story correctly, didn't you say you wanted to do it, but then like insurance wouldn't pay for it, so it didn't happen?
Oh, at first I was like, fuck this is stupid, no. Then I said, fuck it, let's try it. Then my insurance was like, no. No. So then I just gave up.
Were you relieved that the insurance said no, or did you say like,
Kind
what
of,
the F?
yeah.
What if the answer to all your problems was that you really needed this hot needle, though?
Well, the thing is, then I would have had to do that every month for the rest of my life.
What if they got you the hot needle in the spine and then you were fine and you lost 100 to 150 pounds and you got a job at a gas station? Would you prefer that life to this life?
I don't know, am I happy working at the gas station?
I don't know. That's the question for you. Right now, you don't have to work, so every morning you wake up and you don't have to worry about. I have to be at work. I have to go to work for 8 hours. Do you want that life of working at the gas station? And do you say, no, you know what? My life is pretty good as it is.
I mean, my life ain't that bad.
What do you say to young people? Do you say, go get a job? Or do you say, try to live at home as long as possible, regardless of the health consequences? If somebody's going to become either a worker at a gas station or casket, what do you recommend? Should they be a worker at a gas station or should they be casket?
I would say stay in school and learn a trade.
But you say it ain't that bad being casket, and you could probably learn a trade,
Yeah,
but
it's not that bad for me, but for other people, this is like, you gotta get used to a lot of stuff.
so do you say, unless you're confident that you have a place that will keep you, and support you, then don't do it because it can be really bad.
I guess.
How do you compare crushed grape to sun-kissed grape, if there's such a thing?
I would go with Crush.
What do you think about that video you made about the person who preyed upon you when you went to the dollar store or Dollar General?
Yeah.
Do you think that you told that story as good as it could have been told, or was it told too abruptly?
Well, I told the truth. That's all that matters.
Describe the story of you going to the Dollar General and the person preyed upon you.
We were going to like the Family Dollar or whatever,
Family Dollar.
and I'm almost at the door. This black guy like comes up on me, and he's like, "I want to pray with you," and I'm like, "Okay." In my mind, I'm like, "Oh God, not one of these." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll just humor this person. It'll only take a second, you know." And they just kept going and going and going. Eventually, my mom had to rescue me.
What are they saying? What are they praying?
I can't even remember.
Is it like praying to heal you?
No, just like praying to Jesus.
Are you are you standing? Are you using a cane or a walker? Or are you just standing there?
I might have been using a cane.
And he says, "Let me." Does he say, "Let me pray for you," or "Let me heal you"?
I think he said, "Let me pray with you" or something.
Were you praying when he came upon you?
Maybe a little.
Really? You think you were praying in that moment?
I was thinking, "Dear, please, Morning Star, don't let me get shot by this guy."
What does he look like?
Black guy,
What
dreadlocks, little taller
what is he
than me,
wearing? What is he wearing?
like a red shirt and black pants.
A red shirt.
I think so. I think it was a red shirt. Yeah.
That is the classic casket shirt. Are you thinking this is a sign? A red shirt man has come upon me and said, "Let me pray with you."
I was just hoping the blood wasn't like trying to like kill me or something. Like, man.
Now I remember you described this store as it was right beside a cemetery.
Yeah.
What is this beside any other stores, or it's just the Family Dollar
It's
beside a
just a
cemetery?
Family Dollar by the cemetery.
What's the cemetery like?
I mean, full tombstones. Got a couple of mausoleums.
Is it big or small?
Uh, say it's about medium size.
Would you allow yourself to be buried in the cemetery beside the Family Dollar?
So I guess I need new plans.
But would you, if I said, "Casket, we're going to put you in the cemetery beside the Family Dollar," would you say, "Oh, that sucks"? Or would you say, "That's fine, that's cool"?
Yeah, I guess I'd be fine with that.
What items do you want to be buried with?
Uh, my red bear.
Yeah, that's true. That's an old Casket. Fans can see a video of this included in the Happy Shelf video. I don't remember what it's called, but this red bear, which Casket says, "How long has it been with you?"
Since I was 5 at least.
If you had to be buried with one sort of soda, what would that soda be?
Orange.
Orange Crush?
Yeah.
What about Squeeze-Its? What about non-carbon? You would choose Orange Crush over Squeeze-Its.
No, I think I would pick 7 Up over everything.
Why? If Orange
I
Crush is your
love
favorite,
7 Up.
well, then is 7 Up your favorite?
I would say it's on par with orange soda.
What about Squeeze-Its? What was I think the holy grail of the Happy Shelf, in my opinion, was Squeeze-Its. And we've discussed this, and you said it was time for the Happy Shelf to end. But I really think once you got your holy grail, it was like, well, now I have it, and it's on the shelf, and the shelf seems superfluous. It seems like it's redundant now.
Nah,
And
because
then,
I had like something had happened, and like before that, I had complete plans to keep filling the shelves.
and then what happened? Why did you say I'm gonna stop with the shelves, with the Happy Shelf, which was when I joined the Casket verse. The Happy Shelf was the main thing Casket would post on. This was the biggest thing, and then it stopped, and you said, "I'm getting rid of the Happy Shelf. I'm over it." What
I
was the big change there?
I realized that buying things did not make me happy.
At what point did you realize this?
I don't even know. It just kind of connected one day in my brain.
What of the Happy Shelf remains?
There's a small box of stuff in the back of my closet.
What are these items? Obviously, the Red Bear, not Squeeze Its. What is the story of Squeeze Its? When did you sell it? Who did you sell it to? How did
I
that
sold them a
work?
couple of years ago to a guy called Dinosaur Dracula. He collects retro food and other things.
If I can ask, how much did you buy them for? How much did you sell them for?
I think I got them for like $20 and I sold them for like 50.
Really? You got the two for $20?
I think so. It was like 20, $25.
How did you come across them?
Well, I had been searching for the bottles forever to add one to my shelf, so I was always checking eBay. And those just happened to pop up one day, and there was a buy it now, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy this.
So you had an empty Squeeze It bottle?
No, I had two full ones.
I know, but didn't you say you had one on your shelf and you
No,
were
I
always
was
looking?
looking for an empty bottle.
Oh, you were looking for empty. You didn't even think you were going to find a
Oh yeah,
full.
I never thought in a million years I'd find one unopened.
So what is it like when you get the full Squeeze It bottles?
It was amazing. It was crazy.
How long did you have them?
Oh, a couple of years at least.
Why would you get rid of them for $30 profit? Which
Because I
probably
knew
could
they
be.
were going somewhere where somebody was going to protect them and keep them safe.
But aren't weren't they the crown jewels of the collection?
Almost, yeah.
I mean, what item do you want more than Squeeze It?
I don't know. What I wanted was something to make me happy.
And that's true, I guess. How do you rank Gatorade in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, it's all right. I don't drink it very often.
Gatorade versus Powerade.
I think I prefer Gatorade.
Okay, and in conclusion, can you tell the fans about the week that you were living in the trailer after you had lost your job at the Big Top, where you stayed awake for a week straight?
Well, it wasn't like directly after I lost my job. It was like
Right.
I don't know, a couple of weeks later.
What initiated it?
What, me staying awake?
Yeah, why did it start that you just stayed awake?
I couldn't sleep. For whatever reason, I just could not sleep.
So what are you doing? You're in your trailer. It's just you at this point. Your roommate had left.
Yeah.
You can't sleep. You say, I'm just gonna stay awake until tomorrow night.
I'm just gonna watch TV until I fall asleep.
And what are you watching?
I don't know, whatever's on at 3 in the morning.
Did you ever watch infomercials?
Oh,
You
yeah,
like watch.
infomercials, Adult Swim.
So you're on the second night. And what are you thinking at this point?
Well, it's not uncommon for me to go a couple of nights without sleeping. It'll be fine. I'll go to sleep eventually.
What are we thinking? Like night 3, 4, and 5. Where does it start? Like, oh, this is a big problem.
It probably starts about day 4, day 5. Shit starts talking to you.
Really, what's happening? Are you hallucinating? What's it
Oh yeah, it's
like?
like the walls are talking to you, and like the worst thing it was like day 5 or 6 is when they killed Osama, and I got really paranoid.
What are you thinking when you see Osama bin Laden has been killed by U.S. troops?
That blew my mind. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna retaliate somehow, but I don't know how.
Are you watching the news constantly from this point on?
For that day, yes.
Now, 9/11 was such a major moment in your life. Does this feel like a turning point that, oh my God, they killed Osama?
Well, I knew they'd get him eventually.
What were the final hours or the final day like of being awake for a week straight?
It was hell. It was pure hell. I had like the darkest circles under my eyes, and
Did your mom come to like bring you anything during this time? Or are you totally alone?
at one point she showed up to bring me some groceries.
And what do you say? Does she say like, "Oh my God, you look bad"?
Well, at that point, it had only been like 2 or 3 days. It's like, oh yeah, you go through this. It happens.
Do you remember going to sleep and waking up and
I do
realizing, oh,
remember
it's all
eventually passing out in bed and sleeping for like 16 hours.
what was it? What was the final day living in that trailer like?
It was terrible. I fucking hated it.
The final day?
Yeah,
Why? What was it like?
it was just I hated that trailer.
Why was the final day particularly bad though? Were you just like, I don't want to be here. I
Pretty
want this.
much.
I want this. Would you ever consider going back?
No. Every time I drive by, I give the place the finger.
Really? You drive by and see that trailer?
Yeah,
What's the trailer like today?
still sitting in the same spot it was.
Has it improved any?
No, it looks about the same.
Man, you got to give me the address for this trailer. I can't believe you still drive by it. I didn't know it was that close to where you currently live. Okay, going out now, describe what it was like, what the pain was like when you got the dye or the contrast in your vein.
Oh god, it's just like somebody was been grabbing my kidneys and like squeezing them.
Was it like immediately after you got the contrast, or did it take hours?
It was like within like 10 minutes.
If I said, Casket, we have to do the sleep apnea test, but this time we have to put contrast in, what are you saying?
I'd say, for what fucking scan? Are you crazy?
And I'd say you're not a doctor, you don't understand. For the second sleep apnea test, it's routine procedure. We have to put the contrast in. And
Yeah, I don't think so.
you're already there, you're in the bed, you say, yeah, I don't think so. And I say, no, it's going to happen. This is what we have to do, or else it doesn't work.
Nah, forget that. I'm gone.
Really, you're going to leave?
Yep.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the weight loss surgery, in which I feel like the second meeting you said you didn't like what they were saying and you left and you never went back. Is that true? Do I have that wrong?
No, that's right.
What did they say that you said, I'm not doing this?
They're just talking about, oh, you gotta go to all these meetings every week. You gotta come to the hospital. And it's like, well, it's a pain for me to go to the hospital. For one, I have to call an Uber. And that's a pain in
So,
the ass.
so the infrastructure is not there for you to go to the hospital every week. I remember that you were not a fan of the dietitian. What was happening with the dietitian?
I wasn't having any of it.
What were they saying that you were pissed off with?
I still haven't talked to one. Like, I refuse to.
Really, they wanted to have a talk and you refused.
Yes.
Why? Why do you refuse?
Because I'm not going to talk to a dietitian. They're just going to say, oh, you're fat, you got to do this and that.
What do they say? What's this and that though?
Oh, eat a salad, go for a walk, this and that, yeah, go to the wine, exercise.
I remember specifically that you were pissed off when they said you have to eat applesauce with protein powder. Is that correct? And you said that they
I don't
wanted to
remember this.
you said that they wanted to sell you their like protein powder that was
Oh
in the
yeah, they had
shop.
like these powders for people who had the surgery. It's like, oh, you can only have powder.
And this is what really pissed you off?
No, it's like I'm not talking to these people. Just give me the fucking surgery. I'll do the diet and just leave me the fuck alone.
Well, I think this is the perfect place to end the Casket stream. I hope we hear from Casket, or the Casket video, I should say. It's not a live stream, but I hope we hear from Casket fans who want to continue this series. As I mentioned when Casket was gone, we have done a video on Wendy's that I hope will be uploaded. I assume this video will be uploaded before the Wendy's video because the Wendy's video has to be edited. But please suggest topics that you want to hear Casket discuss. Today's topic was soda, although we went off track, and that's how Casket works. And that's how I work, and we'll go off track. But we've done Wendy's at this point and soda. We've discussed
Oh, that's
Casket's
weird. My
health.
camera's fogging up.
Casket's camera's fogging up. I think that's a sign that he needs to end the video. What describe the view from the camera right now,
It's very
Casket?
fogged up.
What is the camera looking at?
Me.
It's Casket shirtless in the bed. What do your shorts look like?
They're red.
Wow. I don't even remember Casket in red shorts. This might be a new appearance of red shorts. Is it, or are these old shorts?
Yeah, they're kind of old.
What do you have to say in conclusion to the viewers?
Well, uh, thank you for watching.
I have to concur. Thank you to the fans for watching. Please continue being Casket fans. Casket is growing every day. He will not abandon YouTube. I will make sure of it. he is going to be on YouTube in the 2030s. That's what we're shooting for. So, as for myself, I say goodbye. As for Casket, I think he says goodbye. And
Goodbye,
together in
everybody.
unison, we say what, Casket?
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Goodbye.